Hello, then, welcome to another one. I trust everyone is doing good, good spirits. It's another one, and jeepers, guess what? Today I'm recording a full episode on my own. When last did that happen? But anyway, I'm here to give you a story behind the story. And something amazing happened today, and it blew my mind. Anyway, my name is Tatenda. Welcome to the main podcast. I trust I find you well. And I just jumped right in without greeting you. How rude. Anyway, everyone is doing good. I'm good. I'm absolutely in good spirits. And the mere fact that I'm here, I think I don't take it lightly as well. How's been your week? What have you been up to? And yay, thank you for subscribing. You guys have been amazing. And what I'm trying to get at actually, so fine, everyone knows that I'm a cricket coach. I think it's nothing new. Everyone knows that I'm within the cricket circles, and I've made some really, really amazing, awesome people over the journey, over the past few years that I've been in the game. And so, what really happened today? Let me not even say last week or whatever, because I'm recording this and I'm just trying to encourage you that you never know who's watching, and just keep on doing what you're doing and stay consistent. So fine, I finish up with my junior coaching, and then from there's a game that is playing at Randburg, and I'm not going to mention the names of the people that I saw, but if they are listening, just smile, and you know I'm talking about you, and thank you. So I reach out. Okay, so first up, a mate of mine is a parent as well, comes up to me when all the kids have dispersed and everything. Hey, bro, how are you? Hey, mate, how you doing? And he says, yeah, I'm struggling, bro. Yeah, I'm not okay. So I'm like, geez, I saw a post on Facebook, and I know you not to be that kind of person, or you're not live online. You know those kind of people that they are online, but they will never post. As opposed to his wife posts quite a bit, you understand? And I just recently met them, and they're such amazing people, such an awesome family. So, hey, bro, how you doing? I'm not okay. Firstly, it's not every man that can come to you and say, I'm not okay. I think as men, we've been designed, I don't know, is it to be strong or not to cry? But the more we're keeping it inside, it's just killing us. So he says, yeah, bro, I'm 42 and I'm on anti anxiety medication. My job is stressing me, it's a toxic environment. And I think, you get to a point whereby you just don't know. So I'm like, bro, no, man, that's not right. I don't think there's no amount of money that can equate to your mental health. That's me responding. Then he says, yeah, I've got more than 50 staff under me. And I'm basically doing the operations manager, I'm doing the directorship, I'm doing the supervision. I can't even delegate some of the work to anyone else because everyone looks at me and my boss is not the, you understand? And it's killing me. It's destroying me because when my alarm goes on in the morning, I am out of sorts. I'm actually seeing a psychologist. Now, hold on, track back a little bit. For a man to even admit that they're seeing a psychologist, that's big ups. Well done, gents. We're doing well. The mere fact that we can understand that we're going through stuff and we need to speak about it with someone else, well done to that. So he says he's seeing a psychologist, and I'm like, good on you, mate, honestly speaking. But at the same time, I don't think there is enough money in the world that can equate to the mental health or to your mental health. Purely because you've got children, you've got a wife that look up to you. And as men, in as much as, yes, we don't want to admit that we are weak, we also don't want to be weak in front of our families. You want to present a strong front. So we stand there for quite a bit, actually. I was in a rush. He listening to this, and he said, okay, he's going to listen to the episode, but he didn't know that I'm going to speak about him. And like I said, I'm not mentioning names. So I just ended up hearing a brother out. That became a moment where two brothers were broken and just speaking. And I'm like, bro, no, man, get my number? He's like, oh, my wife finally sent me your number after weeks. I don't know how many, 8, 10 weeks that I've asked her to ask her to give me your number. And I was like, I was about to even say, okay, fine, I'm going to chat to your wife as well, that she gives me your number. Then we can always hang around. If it means we're going to meet for a drink, so be it. So fine, dude, two brothers that are there, and they're sitting there and just breaking down. You've got no idea the amount of power there is when two men or a group of men just sit there and say, gents, let's just chat. It is easy for us gents to be there and having drinks or having a beer and whatnot and just talking nonsense. But that showed me that, you know what, I think we are doing something different. I think the generation of men is trying, and kudos to that. Let's applaud ourselves for that. It's not big steps, but it's steps in the right direction. So fine, I ended up, we part ways. Cheers, man. I've got a podcast to do. He's like, yeah, perfect. I'm going to be listening later on, and I know the part of the listenership and everything. So awesome. Then I move on from there. Everyone knows that when Tats is at Randburg Cricket Club, everyone is going to be talking to him. To a certain point whereby I'm talking to one person, another one is hugging me, another kid is coming to hug me. It's just a vibe, you understand? I wonder how life would be, or what would be the testimonials the day that I die and they hold my funeral at Randburg. Anyway, I believe that I'm impacting your lives. So I approached this lady and, hey Tats, hey, how are you? How's Baba? Da, 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 da. We just have a chat. And she's telling me about how the son did, and yeah, he got hit in the nuts. Everyone knows the cricket ball is painful, and especially when it hits you in the balls. So fine, I have to, from there, I'm supposed to make way to her son so that I can calm him down. At the same time, there's another one that I coach as well. They're excited and everything. Then from her, I move on to the three gents that were standing next to her to her right. Hello, gents. Hey, bro, how you doing? Hello, my friend, how you doing? Then one says, hello, Mr. Podcast. Jeez, you're doing well. Well done, man. I can even see that Tats is now putting powder on. So, did I send a video of me putting powder on? That's nice. Then the lady says, and the lighting as well is amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Well, the point that I'm trying to get at you is you don't know who's watching. And immediately, now I have to get away from them because we're all laughing. And I'm taking the applause, yes, but I'm so bad at taking well done. I'm so bad at taking you doing well. So I don't know. You know, it's one of those whereby people are singing happy birthday to you. And you're like, what do I do when people are singing happy birthday to me? Do I say thank you, but they're carrying on with the song, or the song just started? So that's where I was. And I'm thinking, what do I... Okay, anyway, I take it. So I walk away. Then one of them just pops out and he says, bro, keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. That hit me. That hit me. Immediately I just went, wow. It really did. It really hit me. I'm teary right now because I'm grateful for the people that are watching, for the people that are listening. I know a lot of times people don't comment, people don't like and whatnot. But the fact is, because of consistency, people are listening. And today just came as a sort of like a testimony, or sort of like a push that, you know, a nudge rather, that says, keep going, you're doing well. So, well done, Tatenda, for carrying on. Well done, Tatenda, for pushing on. Well done, Tatenda, for being consistent. Well done, Tatenda, for standing by you and staying true to you. Regardless of what situation, regardless of what circumstances may throw at you, challenges, you name it, Tatenda, you're still carrying on. And for that, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being awesome. The kids that jump around you, the parents that come around you just to say hello. Some of the parents that are coming in, they're so good friends. I last coached their kids probably 5, 6 years ago, but we still maintained contact up to now. I think that's how small the cricket circles are. And I'm just encouraging you right now that if you haven't started, please do. That if you did not think that is the right thing to do, probably it is. Then we move on. I come back home. Also, I went on to awards evening at my club, and it was good to chat with the gents. And the one thing that I've just found myself, okay, we're chilling again with gents, and I'm asking them about smoking. Can you believe that? I don't smoke. I don't aspire to smoke. I don't encourage anyone to smoke. Yet I'm sitting with gents and I'm asking them, this one smokes cigarette, the other one smokes vape, the other one does, what do you call this? The one with bubbly, one of the two, bubbly. And I'm asking them, when did you start? Because these are younger gents, younger than me, and they're actually looking up to me. But then in that, what ministered to me the most is the fact that we were actually able to hold a conversation that was to some extent productive, in the sense that I believe that we grow every day. And that's one area of my life that I didn't know. And I'm so thankful of the podcast and the confidence that it is giving me to ask questions, to be able to ask different questions, even though questions that are going to people that don't relate to me. Yeah, in the sense that we all play cricket, it does make sense because we relate, we know each other, we are mates. But from a standpoint of how people are living their lives and the choices and the decisions that they have made and why they have made those decisions, I probably don't relate to everything that they do. I don't believe in everything that people do, people that are around me, how they do things and why they do things. But what ministered to me is I'm able to ask certain questions that spike up conversations. And everyone looks at me as, geez, Tat speaks too much. But I believe that I want to be part of a generation that not only speaks a lot and says nothing. I want to be part of a generation of men and people that speak and say something. I don't know if you get me. If you don't, ask me in my DM. I'll explain to you exactly what I mean. And I'm encouraging you right now. What are some of the conversations that you are not willing to speak about? What are some of the conversations that you are saying, not? I think that's a touchy subject. But in it being a touchy subject, what is it that we can do to make sure that we bring about unity, or bring about social circles that are going to be beneficial? I spoke last week about who are the circle of friends that you're keeping around you. And I'm proud to say my circle of friends, most of them are grown-ups, are older than me. Some are old enough to be my parents, honestly. But we've kept such a cool circle that when I look at their way of living, I'm like, wow, I can take 1, 2, and 3. And when I come and ask certain questions, it's not because I'm trying to prove that I can ask questions, but in that I'm trying to spike up conversations, and especially with gents. We are a generation of gents that it is really tough to just be in a room and speak about something productive. And I'm learning to try and get conversations spiked up. Can you believe how it would be if we have a men's conference? Not the one that we do when we say it's Valentine's and we don't want to take our women or to take them to special places or treat them special on Valentine's. An actual men's conference where we speak white, black, Indian, colored, you name it. All men, we just come together and say, gents, let's talk. I was added into a certain group, and it was supposed to be about men. And I was told that, you know what, this is a platform where men share their problems and whatnot. And when I got in, what pissed me off, did I say pissed? What spiked my tension off was I got in and I said, no, I got the recommendation about this group from my sister. And it's an amazing thing that, gents, we are doing something like this. And immediately everyone was like, oh, is there a woman in this group? Like, gents, why must we shoot each other before we understand one another? So I was saying, no, that's not the point. Point is I got recommended this group, and that's why I'm here. So I stayed in that group for 4, 5, 6 weeks, and all the stuff that was being spoken about in there was nonsense, absolutely. And I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, bless me, I'm not gonna cut this out. It's authentic. Everything that the men were speaking about there was not to build another man. That's not the kind of groups that I want to be involved in. I want a men's conference where we actually just get to be us. Just we get there and say, you know what, gents, for the next 2 days, let's just connect. I don't know how we're going to connect, but let's just keep an open mind and an open heart that we can connect. Everyone is going through something. Absolutely everyone. Someone said to me, and I'm just bringing scenarios of everything. One of the kids came to me like, Coach Tats, I love your podcast, man. I love it. And I'm like, thanks, man. Thank you, Legend. Legend D. I won't mention names. Legend D. And I'm like, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. It's like, Coach Tats, how is it possible that you don't have challenges? Legend D, what kind of question is that? Everyone has challenges. It's like, nah, you're always smiling. So that's a perception that people think just because you're smiling, you don't have problems. Gents, we're going through lots. Yes, we are smiling because we need to be strong for our families, but let's talk. When I created this podcast, it was purely for men. It was purely to get men to start having conversation and say, you know what, I'm here and I'm going through depression. I'm here and I'm struggling. It was unheard of for a man to say, I'm going through antidepressants. It was unheard of for a man to say, I'm going to see a psychologist or a therapist, whatever you want to call it. But now we are slowly getting there. And it's building so much confidence in me that it is possible for men to speak. We just haven't given them a chance. It is possible for us just to sit in one room and just connect. Let's go fishing. I don't fish, by the way. Let's go hunting. My uncles used to hunt, and I've been hearing about gents that have been going hunting. And I even told my wife about it, that, geez, my uncles used to hunt, so I'm pretty sure that I can go and hunt. It's like, oh, you going to hunt. I get that. But the point is not for me to shoot. The point is for me to connect with you on your level, on something that you love. We are always speaking, or we are always meeting from a cricket standpoint. I want it to be outside cricket circles. I want us to dress up. If you believe in this and you understand my vision, jump on board. If it's a company that you want us, you want to come on board with the podcast so that we can sponsor something like that, please, let's do it. I went for quotations at the Garden venue. It's a venue in North Riding, Handu, and they gave me a quotation. It was like 50,000 rand. But when I saw the figure 50,000, the first thing that came to my mind was like, okay, so if we have 100 men that are coming, each one is gonna pay 250. We pay that venue. We've got catering, and we just have a day for us. Just chill. Just chill and just talk. I know a lot of gents that are going through a lot, but sometimes they don't want to speak up because maybe we haven't created the right platform at the right time to get them to speak. I've learned over this journey that we are not patient with each other. And the more that we are patient with each other, we're going to see a better trend. Yes, 1 in 5 men want to kill themselves or are killing themselves, but it's up to me and you to start spiking such conversations. Say, gents, our children need us. Our families need us. Then brings me to another scenario. So I come back, I take a nap. I wake up, then I'm listening to podcast and chill. I'm a chiller, by the way, out and out. I'm listening to MacG, and this guy, Voter Kellerman, I had to write it down because I was afraid that I was going to forget. And the one thing about that episode, I think it's episode 450 or 405, one of the two, but I'm going to link it down. And he speaks about his journey, how he separated with his wife, but he got custody of his children. He could not pursue his dream of playing a flute. So he went to engineering because he was very good in maths, and he got a bursary. From the bursary, he was raising kids and started an engineering company, but that was not his dream. Instead of him going through midlife crisis after 40, 50, whatever, he still remembered that he had a dream to play a flute. And the one thing that stood out for me was the road to success is not an easy one. Yes, right now I'm shooting from, I call it my studio, definitely. And this is the vision that I've got. For someone that is looking at me, you can look at it as, he just painted the wall, then you put these things. And I think these things were probably what, $200, $300. These things were like $20 each. And I'm thinking, okay, fine. We're going to put the podcast, we're going to put the man there, we're going to put a little bit of flowers here and there, just to try and suss it up and just make it look professional. Because I want things that are straight. So he then followed, the kids finished school, they went into varsity, everything is done, they are now following their careers. He decided, you know what, I'm going to go back and follow my dream to become a flute player. If you're listening on Spotify, go to YouTube so you can see what I'm doing. And there is a part that he says he had to sponsor his dream. And he sold a house in order to try and get a Grammy or to win a Grammy award, which did not happen. But this house is gone. And you need to listen to that episode. I know MacG speaks nonsense, a whole lot of nonsense, a whole lot of curse words. But that, to me, this is a person that has won a Grammy. And the people that have won Grammys are your Black Coffees, your Zex Bantwinis in South Africa, that is, and your Beyoncés outside of South Africa, your Rihannas and everywhere. He is a nobody. He's just a man that reached out for his dream and never gave up on his dream. The road to success is not going to be the easy one. Kevin Peterson posted on his Instagram, and that ministered to me, that Kevin Peterson in his entirety, he just turned 40, he was 42. In his entire career, he's acknowledging that, you know what, before you do it, it seems like it's tough, but small steps, you're going to get there. This guy is he's a Grammy Award winner, 8 times nominee. He's a Summers South African Music Awards. He's got awards for that. And through that, every other person, I know for sure every other person was laughing at him when he left his engineering company to try and pursue just playing that. And I know there's been a lot of people that have been looking at me and thinking, Tats is crazy. I'm recording on my iPhone 10. I've got a laptop that was sponsored. I've got a mixer that was sponsored. I've got lights that were sponsored. I've got an audio interface that I got from people that I just came to and I said, this is what I'm trying to start. And I still remember my very first episode, my very first time that I started, I had 2 lapel mics that were connected to the iPhone, and from there I was speaking. But the sound was just shattered, but we just started. That was a year ago. To still be sitting in a room like this where I can say, I've got a home studio, mate. Yeah. I was listening to Darren Simpson and he says, so when I got home and I was sitting in my studio waiting for the call so that I can make a prank, I was like, oh, so I can also say that I'm going to my home studio. If you don't start, none of this, if I did not start then, on the 24th of April, none of this would have been. So imagine I'm looking back 24 April last year to 24 April right now with over 1,000 plays. And this, to me, when I walk in here, I think this is my man cave. This is my sanctuary. Just walking in every day, I walk into disbelief, and I can never stop recording because I'm thinking the more that I record, the better that I become. And the amount of people that are accepting. You know, when you send an invite to someone, I want you on my podcast, they're like, yeah, geez, what an honor. Oh, okay, am I that important? You are that important as well. Only if you start. If you're a dad somewhere, you're doing well, man. It's not easy raising children. I can testify from raising one. It's not easy. And I still remember, just before I started recording this, my son was like, Dad, when are you going to buy me chocolate spread? I'm like, when you ask. And then I said, when you ask. Then he says, Dad, can you please buy me chocolate spread? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Then he says he wants it tomorrow. And the mother screams like, geez, I want a father as well, because I can't do this anymore. But the point that I'm trying to put across is all the events that has happened have led me to be recording right now, and we're sitting on 25 minutes. And power is going to switch off anytime now. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you want to be a content creator, there is content around you. If you want to start a business, there is clients around you. If ShopRite had seen Woolworths and the quality that Woolworths sells, ShopRite was going to say, no, that's too expensive for my business model. They were never going to open. Same with Pick and Pay Spar. And if that was the case, they were never going to be in the same complex building. But all I'm trying to say is there's always a client, there's always a listener, there's always a viewer, and there's always a customer. All you just need to do is to start. And I'm asking you right now, nothing should be stopping you. Nothing should be an excuse. The fact that you are listening to me right now, that means you've got a smartphone. I think 1 in 10 does not have a smartphone. So what is stopping you from creating content? If you go back to the very first video that I posted, it looked nonsense. Sometimes I didn't even know how to sync audio. All these things, I'm learning them on the go. And I'm just pushing you to do it as well. There is no excuse. Yes, I'm going to grow and I get a new camera. There's going to be a sponsor that is coming through. I'm speaking it into existence. There's going to be someone that is listening to me and going, Tats, my company could do with some consistency that you're doing. I don't know how I'm going to spark up that conversation. I don't know how we're going to sit down and say, oh, this is how I want this sponsorship deal to go. But all I'm just saying is, until you start, none of these conversations will come into play. I'm done beating you guys up. But this is more to do with being appreciative of where you are. Ladies, gentlemen, you got this in our hands. And I believe that God has given every person a talent. What are you doing with yours? If you haven't found it, have you done anything? Have you taken any strides to find out what is it that is my passion, one? What is it that is my talent that I can pursue? Because we all got it. The unemployment rate is on a skyrocketed high. And we are looking for people that can create employment. Guess what? I'm going to have 10 people that are working on my production. We're going to have a bigger studio. We're going to buy an actual house that we're going to turn into a studio. We've got editors in that office. We've got cameramen in that office. We've got sound guys in that office. I'm being told I've got, oh yes, I need makeup artists. So I've got all the touch-ups and whatnot. We can. What's stopping us? The sky is the limit. Literally so, the sky is the limit. And there's enough for everybody. Absolutely. If you want to start a podcast, come. We'll take out men, we'll put on your name. Let's sit down and record. I'm willing to do that. If you want mentorship, come. I'm here. By the way, I also need a mentor. So who's willing to be my mentor? I'm putting it out there. I make mistakes. I screw up big time. I need someone to look up to and say, no. Or someone to come to me and say, Tats, no, that's not the way. You move this way. That's how we learn as gents. Let's spark up those conversations. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, thank you for listening. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Because it's free, one. And two, the more numbers that we get, the better that we become. The more people that are going to get this. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for our morning motivation. That every single day for 365 days, I'm going to be posting a short clip. And on Sunday, 9 a.m., there's always something, without fail since last year. And that is something that I'm giving to myself. I've always challenged myself to be that better or that consistent. You can challenge yourself as well. My name is Tatenda again, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for that motivation. Stay safe, be good, stay in God. I love you lots. Cheers for now.
Right at the podcast Being Man, as I learn to be a man. Understanding the time, lessons and patience inquire to be a 10. A series of compass insights of the journey for a different turn. Being man, where rivers of the mind flow to give a damn. A movement with river flows, so I be a bailer I can. All stones are turned, all souls affirmed. Right at the podcast Being Man, all stones are turned, all souls affirmed. Welcome to Being Man.